At Valentine's Day, our minds turn inexorably to love. By which, of course, I don't mean the tennis score that means nothing. When, of course, I say it means nothing, I don't mean that it has no meaning at all. Rather, that it means that there has, as yet, been no score. Ironically, people in love often wish to score, although those who wish to score are not necessarily in love. A rather good example of the old maxim that if X then Y does not necessarily by any means imply if Y then X. Although when it comes to an X, many of us will be asking ourselves, why? Relationships are rather a lot like a game of tennis. One has to find a partner, or doubles, if that's your thing. And then starting with a foundation of love, one very quickly hits 30 and then 40. And before you know it, the game's up and it's all over. The Greeks, of course, as you'll recall, had 7 different types of love, all of which I can heartily recommend. But I should like to postulate the proposition that in our current society, we have rather lost the art of making love. When I say making love, I am not referring, of course, to what is known colloquially as a good shag. That is shag as in coitus, not shag as in a comfortable, deep carpet. And when I say the art of making love, I wouldn't wish you to construe that I'm referring to those Grecian urns of antiquity whose pastoral scenes verge, to be frank, on the pornographic. Rather, it is in the echelons of Shakespeare and Austen where we find the finest examples of the veritable art form of wooing. Nowadays, reduced to mere dating, if that, perchance, just a hookup or a booty call, which my graduate class assures me does not mean, as one would assume, the excited yelling of a successful pirate, but rather the euphemism for meaningless intercourse. And of course, by intercourse, I'm not referring to those tedious lulls between courses at those interminable Oxford dinner parties. Why is it that such an act of casual copulation is deemed meaningless? It is precisely the lack of love. The love that gives it meaning, the love that gives life meaning, indeed the love that gives us life. That is, life as in procreation, or life as in vim and vigor, and not gives us life as in life imprisonment. Thus, it seems that the answer to the question, why are we here, what is the meaning of it all, is, in fact, love. As the old adage says, love is the answer. Although for my Oxford students who are looking for insights into their upcoming finals examinations, I'll tell you now that love is most certainly not the answer, and if you do wish to pass, you will need to express a rather more thought-out opinion than that. But for the rest of you that are not my students, let me reassure you this Valentine's Day, in the words of the Fab Four, that love is all you need. Hi, we are Thomasse. Thank you so much for watching this video. Now please be sure to subscribe and click the bell for notifications.
And please share this video with your loved ones. Bye. Thank you.
Thank you.